All right, so here's the one. This is the 99 TXT, and I don't even know why the wheels are off of it. All the hubs work, the steering works. Like, this thing would be a roller. And I even think one of these came with some damn wheels too. Doesn't look too bad, honestly. Like, it's mostly there. Whole rear end, I mean, it'd probably be worth saving instead of just taking it apart, honestly.
Welcome back, everybody. Just want to say thank you for all of you that have followed along with this build. We are super pumped on how it turned out, and we're finally at the end. I mean, this is the video where you guys need to figure out how much this thing costs to build. A lot of you have been asking, and we got it all written down. We're ready to roll, so we can tell you guys all about it. I'm going to try to talk about it for a little bit, and then start installing this golf bag holder on the back. And then I'll take a couple of breaks and share the prices with you guys. All right, let's do a quick little rundown. When we first got this thing, which you're gonna see the picture now, it was disgusting. It was a $350 cart. Super pumped. Thanks, Donnie, for that deal. Next thing you're gonna see is the motor. The motor itself, we got a good deal from the Vicks. They were gonna do this project and they decided against it. So that motor we paid $650 for. Not that bad, not that bad. Next thing is all the paint and the back to black we used, all the paint and primer for the chassis, back to black for the plastics. That was a total of 96 bucks. The alternator, the nice little alternator that we have that you guys saw, it's gonna be right down there. That sucker was $71.11. Forward and reverse switch, spindles, rear bumper, side skirts, a new drum, the tube clamps, the amp for the stereo, and the hub. We did some new hubs as well. Those came out to $368.56. A couple other things, we did headlights and taillights. Those were $97.39. And then we also did new coilovers. Coilovers were also $97.31. So pretty happy about that. Everything turned out really rad. Really pumped on all that stuff. So let's get started on building this sucker. Alrighty, got that thing assembled, all ready to roll. To be honest with you, don't know how it attaches to the rear seat, but that's for the next time lapse. You guys are gonna get that figured out. All right, let's move on. Next thing up, train horn. This thing was very surprising when we installed it. We thought it was gonna be super loud, or excuse me, super quiet, and it's not. It's very, very loud, which is rad, and it's very cheap. It was $41.45. Next thing, tires. All 4 tires, 205, 35, 14s. Big suckers. Those are pretty much Honda tire size. Those guys were on eBay for a really good price. They're brand new takeoffs. You can still see the nubs on them. They were $164.01. Las Vegas carts conversion kit. So the whole kit with all the bracketry you need and everything was $1,010.20. The key switch harness that goes to the Predator itself to be able to turn the key and turn it was a whopping $82.12. And the alternator kit, this kit was very expensive, but we had to do it. It comes with everything you need to put an alternator on your 670cc, and it was spendy, but it's much needed, especially with all the accessories we have. $322.95. A couple other quick things. brake adjuster, tie rods. Brake adjuster was $39.99. Tie rods was $96.99. We did a volt gauge. That was $14.71. We did brake cables, brand new brake cables that come all the way back and all the way along each side. Those were a whopping $25.79. New leaf springs in the back, got those done. Those were $113.77. All new lug nuts, black lug nuts to match the wheels. Those were $26.25. And then we did front leaf springs, brand new front leaf springs. Those were $107.16. We had to get a new rear clutch bolt. That was $9.79. We had to get the spacer for that bolt, which is $11.98. Battery, another big spendy item, but much needed. As you can see, full strong Optima battery. That was $239.99. The terminals that were going on it were $8.49. So there's another total for you right there. And let's get this thing installed and give you guys the rest of the prices. Well, when I ordered this, I obviously didn't read. If you look at the second line there, it says easily slips over and mounts to the safety grab bar, number 01-209, sold separately. Crap. That's okay though. That's not a big deal. That just means that I need to order a safety grab bar, which looks like it's this one right here. 71 bucks. Honestly, might not do that, because all it is it mounts to those two bars right there. So I think what I'll do is I'll use these two holes and we'll just create a flat bar and we will mount it just like this. So we'll mount it just like that with a flat bar, and then that way it's saves me $71. Because once you guys see this total, you'll realize why I want to do that. So let's get back to the total. All right, now that we got that figured out, let's move on. So we're going to start off with the rack bushing. Now, this is kind of a controversial topic because the steering sucks, and I think it has to do with that rack bushing that we put in there. So this is where the rack bushing went, and I think that caused the steering to be too tight. But some other people are saying that they think it's the gears in the gearbox, which I can know for sure are loose because of how much play the steering it has itself. I mean, if you look, there's probably 3/4 of an inch to an inch of play just in the gears. So who knows, but either way, that sucker was $25.99 and it's probably going to get thrown in the garbage. Next up are the bus bars. So the electrical bus bars were $28.99. Those came out really well, look good. Heated seats, that's a big one. When you think of putting in heated seats, a lot of people think that they're going to be really expensive. Well, guess what? They weren't. So there's a universal kit on Amazon. They are put underneath there and in the back with the switches, just like that. Those suckers were only $44.18. Not bad, not bad. Tack, we actually have a tack. Right now, it is telling us that the motor is 11 degrees Celsius. So I still have some messing to do with that. Haven't had any time to do that. That thing was $44.11. Cigar clip, I bought a cigar clip, it's in there. That thing was $9.07. All the braided sleeving was $25.98. We had some left over, but I did have to buy one brand new roll. So that was $25.98. Floor mat. The floor mat, the rack ball joint, there's a ball joint that I also replaced on the rack, and I know that wasn't it because the steering was still hard before then. So floor mat, very nice diamond plate, rack ball joint. What else? Underglow, all the underglow that you see going right now. The seat cover, diamond plate seat cover, and the air tank. So the air tank that you see back here, all of that combined together was $414.63. I lied. Let's add another $45.94 for the rack ball joint. Last thing, all the rivets. So all the rivets that we had to replace and use, I had to buy some new ones because I didn't quite have enough. Those were $17.46. All right, so I just double checked with Carlton. We both agree. All we're gonna do basically is just drill right into this and put a riv nut in there. So it'll be riv nut, and then that'll be for these holes right there. So 1, 2. So this sucker's gonna sit roughly like that. So which that should be fine. That'll do. The grab bar is 75 bucks. I mean, there's no reason to buy that. We can just riv nut it, and makes it easy for days that I go golfing. It's just buzz off, take it to the track, or buzz on, and go golfing. So it'll be easy. All right, let's finish up this. Tank pressure sensor was $13.46. That shuts off the tank pressure at 150 psi, so that way we don't have to do it ourselves. We can leave the compressor on. The compressor itself was 201.38, and then we have the wire, all the wiring for the speakers and the pod lights themselves. So these rear pod lights with all the wiring for the speakers was $51.82. Quick release $27.99. Wire, so all the wiring for the car, we did have some, but all the wiring for the car was $19.88. The spacers, the wheel spacers that we used, 1-inch wheel spacers on all 4, those suckers in there were $95.73. The choke cable, brand new choke cable that we put in, was $17.37. That's this guy right here. Turned out really good and works awesome too. And the windshield itself, tinted windshield, looks really good. We do need to buy a couple spacers here so it doesn't slide down, but that thing was $109.40. And then all the tubing, all the 1-inch tubing that we used was $68. All right, so now we're gonna move on to all the powder coating. Powder coating itself, and we're just gonna toss this all into you for the last stuff. Powder coating, the miscellaneous bolts and nuts, the roof, and this is also including some things that I still need to buy. I need to buy a new brake pedal pad and throttle pad. I need to buy seat belts. I need to buy a new steering rack, and I need to buy these billet clamps that are gonna go right here. I also need to buy a rear seat cover to match the front, and we need to buy a rear hitch. They do sell a rear hitch that goes into these 2 bolts. We're gonna get one of those, pretty cheap. Also a steering wheel hook. I did buy that already, but if you count all that stuff total that I just talked about, that's another $870.14. So if you've been keeping track, you already know the total, but grand total for this golf cart to build it from nothing is $6,100, $77.45. I said that really weird. $6,177.45 for this badass golf cart. Now, a couple things you got to remember. I didn't list the rear seat, I didn't list the wheels, and I didn't list the golf cart attachment. And that's because I got those for free from TNT Cart Parts. I did win a giveaway from them, but they also kind of hooked me up on the side, so thank you to them. That's all free stuff, so that's actually not even included. Now, the next question you're probably asking yourself is this thing worth $6,100? Let's just say $6,200. Answer, in my opinion, yes. One, it's badass, and you're not going to find another golf cart for $6,200 that has a Predator motor in it. So I can tell you that for sure. How much do you think that I could sell this for right now? I think I could get $8 grand for it. I really do. Brand new carts are around that price, but a lot of people don't really, you know, a brand new part is going to be an older person at a golf cart or golf courses who's going to be buying those. But if you want something tricked out, I think $8 grand is a total fair price. Just realized that the light bar is not on here, and the reason is because I got that sucker a long time ago. Same with the roof rack. So those 2 things aren't on there, and that's because I got those a long time ago. The light bar I bought, I want to say it was like 50 bucks. The roof rack I got for free from a friend who was gonna asked if I wanted it on my old golf cart, and I ended up not putting it on there, so it's on this one. So that's it. That ends the golf cart videos. Thank you guys so much. We got a lot of new followers from this series, and we hope you guys stick around for the non-golf cart videos that we got coming up. A lot of drifting stuff coming up, so we're really excited about that. But yeah, I really thank you guys for watching, subscribing, checking us out. So that's it. Last video on the golf cart. You will see one more video. It's going to be building the golf cart in 10 minutes. Look out for that sucker next week. Thanks, everybody.